All right, everyone. It is 7:01, so we will get started. My name is Tasha Hodes, and I lead these sessions. Marcia Payne will be joining us. She'll be back maybe in a week or two. She was helping to take care of her mom. But we lead these classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays to sort of help transition you into all the great things that Tradera has to offer. So I'll just start every class, just giving you an overview of everything that Tradera has to offer in case you're brand new. And then I normally cover maybe 10 to 15 minutes of something new or something important. And then with every class, we go over the steps for opening up a demo account, downloading MT4, understanding what the Tradera Trade Alert is and how to take that in case we have anyone and it's their first time on the call. So the screen that you're looking at, so everything in the yellow squares to the right, let's start there. That's everything that Tradera offers. First, starting with the back office. So the back office is really, really good. The owners of the company, Cody and Easton, have created just a wealth of videos for us to enjoy. And the great thing about the videos is that it starts off with a concept, teaching you something new, but then they each dive straight into the charts. So they're actually showing you how to trade, how to become a professional trader. And that's really important to me because when my journey started about 3 years ago, I literally studied videos in another company for about 6 months. So I learned everything that there was to know. And then I started trading, or I started attempting to trade, and realized I didn't have a strategy. I didn't know what I was doing. So I just think it's very valuable to have a back office that is so hands-on that it's really teaching you how to trade. And then Tradera has a master trader, Derek Conway. He's my mentor as well. I have adopted him. And Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, to get access to his classes, you actually log into the back office. And on the left, there's a join live trading sessions, and there will be a join link. So his classes are awesome. We'll wrap up this class so that those of us who are interested can go hop on his class. That's where I am Sunday through Thursday. So what's cool about his classes is that he takes about maybe 10 or so assets, as that's a term that he refers to them as, the Forex pairs or the indices. He takes each one and he marks it up. So anyone who wants to learn how to mark up charts, who wants to practice more, marking up your support and resistance lines, it's a great class to go to because you can watch him do it. And then what I do is I will mark up a chart on my own and compare it to the one that he has created. When the class is over, he will then post each of those charts in the Tradera official main chat. And basically you can get to the point where you can take trades on your own, trading from zone to zone. And he goes over all of that in his classes. And on top of that, you guys are familiar with Coach Max and Ryan. They do wonderful sessions, a combination of morning sessions to cover New York. Those start at 8 a.m. And then there are evening sessions at 9 to cover the Asian session. And then there are a host of other study groups and telegrams that you can join. Brenda Essern comes to mind, Clyde Fisher, they lead a telegram group. And I believe Clyde does live sessions and calls out trades as well. So there's a lot of good stuff there. And you know, we hear all the time that when you start learning Forex, it kind of feels like a foreign language. So that's why we created this class, to sort of ease you into that back office education, all of these live trading classes. This class is to kind of help you get your feet wet, kind of introduce you to all the concepts and terms that you'll hear. And it's really just an appetizer, just to help you feel a little bit more comfortable, so that, you know, when you go to those live classes and when you go to that back office, hopefully you would have heard some of those terms here and just feel just a little bit more comfortable. So that is why we do it. So I will get started with a little something new / important, and then we'll review these steps: how to open a demo account, download MT4, understand a bit about the Tradera Trade Alert, and then by that time it'll be close to 7:30, and we'll spend the last half hour just in the Q&A. So any questions that you have, I will do my best to answer. So what I thought that we will do to get started is let's go over some basics in TradingView. So give me a second and I will share my screen. Give my screen a minute to catch up. Okay. TradingView.com. And TradingView is where we go to mark up the charts, to see what's going on, to look for trades to take. Also, if you're brand new, you can get to the point where when you're taking a Tradera Trade Alert, you can pull up TradingView, pull up that foreign currency pair, and take a look at what's going on. So it's a nice place to start. We do not take trades from TradingView. That happens in the app called MetaTrader 4 or MT4. So don't get those two confused. We just use TradingView to sort of mark up the charts. I have MT4 on my phone when I'm actually ready to take a trade. So few key things that you need to know about TradingView. You can have a free account. That's fine to start off with. Up in the left-hand corner, this is where you actually type in the pair that you want to look at. So in this case, we're looking at the USD, the United States dollar, against CAD, the Canadian dollar. So USD, CAD, and you can also choose your time frame. So looking at this drop down, the most common time frames that you'll see the other traders use in the live classes are, here's the 15-minute, here's the 1 hour, here's the 4 hour, and here's the daily. Those are pretty much the popular ones. So we're looking at the 15-minute view. And what that means is that, let me make this a little bigger. Each candle takes 15 minutes to create. Make sure everyone is muted out. Okay, so if we're looking at the 15-minute view, then each one of these candles takes 15 minutes. And what's really cool about TradingView is that this timer here tells you how much time is left in the current candle. So this candle started probably right at 7 o'clock. And in 4 minutes and 50 seconds, this candle will complete and there will be another one that starts and the timer will count down from 15 minutes. Okay. So if you were to go to the hour time frame, each candle would count down from 1 hour. So each of these candles is 15 minutes. Now, there are all sorts of color combinations that you can use. The typical ones that you'll see is red for a candle that starts at the top and ends at the bottom. That means price went down during that the creation of that candle. And then here I'm using green to show that price increase. So for this candle here, it started at the bottom and rose up. Black and white is a popular combination, or you can make it whatever you want. So play around with it. I am using a white background because that's what I like. Some prefer a dark background, and you would have to hide your grid lines to make that look a bit more smooth. So let me go back to my white for my background. Okay, so let's keep it real simple. All of the numbers that you see here on the right, these are the prices. So these are the prices, and here you can, when you first pull up a chart, you want to ask basic questions like, am I in a downtrend? Am I in an uptrend? Or am I consolidating? And by consolidating, we mean just going kind of back and forth sideways, not really up and not really down. So you can see here that from this point on down, we were in a downtrend, and prices coming up just a little bit. So definitely try to take this, in baby steps. Go ahead and register for your free account at tradingview.com. Type in a pair. For beginners, I'll list a few here. Some of the pairs that you may want to take a look at are USD JPY, EU, well, let's do Australia, AUD, JPY, EU is a popular one. So these are some nice beginner-friendly pairs. And let me type that in. And then you can move that around. So with all the traders, one thing that you'll see in the live classes is, you'll hear the phrase, let's mark up the chart. And what that means is let's identify our support and our resistance lines. Okay, so in the back office, there's a whole module or element on support and resistance. And it is really, really, really good. So let that be your source, of truth. What I can give you here are just little tidbits and just little suggestions, but that back office is really your friend, and especially the support and resistance ones, because that's kind of foundational to charting, to trading, and it's really part of your foundation. So don't be afraid to jump in that back office and tackle the support and resistance sections. So here's what I like to do in order to see the support and resistance lines or the zones a little bit better. Here at the bottom, you'll see a zoom out and a zoom in button. Look what happens when I zoom out. I'm just gonna keep pressing this zoom out button. And let me shift it back over. All of a sudden, when you do that, to me, it makes the peaks just kind of stand out a little bit more. So what I want to do to try to identify my support and resistance lines, first let me give you a few keynotes. So your support lines or your support zones, you can also think of that as your floor. Where is price, where are these candles just resting on? They don't want to seem to go any lower. And then we're going to look for resistance lines or resistance zones. And a way to think of those is the ceiling. Where is a section on the chart where the price just didn't want to go above that? And a lot of times, a zone that we mark will be both support at one place and then resistance on another. That just means it's extra important. So there are several different ways that you can mark up your chart. So I'll give you a few different examples. Probably the easiest way is right under the cross. If you click on the trend line tools, come down to horizontal line. Okay. Now I'm noticing that this is a common level where the candles kind of came down and could not dip much further. So I'm going to click and mark that as a line. Go back to my trend line tools, to the second one. Click on horizontal line. And now I'm going to look for another lower zone. I think I'm going to mark this area because as you can see, here, 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 and here, all different places, even over here as well, where the candles kind of came and just kind of rested. This served as their floor. We're going to call that support. Imagine you standing on the floor and reaching up to the ceiling. The floor you can't go beneath, the ceiling you can't reach higher through, okay? So those are a couple of support zones. What if we wanted to do a resistance? I'll go pick the horizontal line. So where are some upper regions where price didn't want to go above? I think I'm going to mark this one. I can see price touched it here, almost there, there, and there as well. Okay, now let me show you another option. Sometimes the traders will talk about marking a zone because it's not necessarily one particular line where price went to. Sometimes it's like an area. And so if you use more of a rectangular shape, you can kind of capture more and you won't have to be as precise. So here's one thing I want to show you too. This is your undo button. So if you make a mistake in TradingView, just go and undo it. So this time I'm going to use those same areas and I'm just going to do a rectangle. So I'll pick a rectangle, hold down my shift key, okay? And that allows me to capture sort of an area instead of just a line. So let me do that at the bottom. Click on the rectangle. And now I have captured my support or my floor that way. And then if you want to be fancy, I can show you what Derek Conway uses. And he's been trading, oh gosh, 4+ years. So I definitely learned a lot from him. I actually had not seen this before. So trendline tools, you can use a parallel channel. And what you want to do is press down the shift key so that it creates a line. And then you can just raise it up a little bit. And this is what Derek uses when he marks up his charts. So this is TradingView. Don't feel overwhelmed. When you get your free account, type in your pair, pick a time frame. And here are some beginner-friendly pairs that you can start with. Just kind of take a look. Here are all the different prices. You can take a look at the candle, see how much time is in each candle. And now that I have my support lines drawn, here's a neat little tool. You can right-click and click on Reset Chart. Now that kind of zooms in for you. If you wanted to zoom in some more, you can press the plus key. You want to zoom out some more, the minus key. And I tell you, that zoom out is so important because, you know, if you zoom in too much, then you can only see what's going on like right now, 15 minutes back for each of those candles. But the more you zoom out, then you can kind of get a bigger picture of what price has been doing. In terms of the vertical space, you can sort of drag your arrow closer. Or if you want to see more, you can expand it that way. So I just wanted to give you a few tips and tricks, on TradingView and how to get started with it. Don't be intimidated. Don't be afraid. Pick your pair, time frame, and just take a look-see. When you get your Tradera trade alerts and you're ready to do some beginner analysis, nothing too fancy, pull it up. Use the 15-minute time frame if you want to, or the hour. The 15-minute, what's going on, at the, it gives you a more detailed look at what's going on right now. So take a look at if you get a trade alert, and let's say maybe you're an hour late. When you get the alert and it came out an hour previous, pull it up, see where price is. So this green line here, 419. This is where price is right now. And it's working on this candle that has 7 minutes and 44 seconds left. Okay. Well, if you get a trade alert, and take a look on the chart and see, is your TP, somewhere up here? If you're going for a buy, is your stop loss somewhere down here? And we've had a couple of classes where we've gone over the risk to reward. So basically, you take your current price, you look at your TP, you look at your stop loss, and you evaluate, do I have a good risk to reward ratio? After an hour or two, maybe price has moved. So when Tradera first called the trade alert, and give me a second, let me pull up this risk to reward slide. I go over it a lot because it's really important, and I really wish that I had learned it as a new trader. So 1 second, and I will share my screen. Risk to reward, and then we'll jump into our review for our newer students. So where is price now? Log into TradingView so that you can get the current price. And that's so important because next you want to calculate your reward. So based on where your current price is, if you're going for a take profit 1, do a simple subtraction and see, this is how many pips I can gain if I go for TP1. Look at TP2. Look at your current price, and this is for a buy. So you put the bigger number on top. If you were selling, you would put your current price above and subtract your take profit. 77 pips if I go for take profit 2. Take profit 3, based on my current price and based on TP3, that's 174 pips. So this is what Tradera envisioned when they first put out the trade alert. Now, if you come along and life happens, you get the trade alert, it's been 3 hours. Oh no, can I still take the trade? Am I too late? Here's how you answer that question. Go to TradingView, figure out where current price is, okay? Calculate your reward. Now calculate your risk. Never take a trade before you calculate your risk. Look at your stop loss, look at your current price, the number of pips, that difference, that's your risk. And here's what you're going for, your risk to reward ratio. So as an example, if you're risking 20 pips with your stop loss and your goal is 20 pips, that's a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That is a safe trade. Even better if you're going for 40 pips and your stop loss is 20 pips. That's a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. So the higher the better, but 1-to-1 is perfectly acceptable. Here's what you don't want to have happen. So you get this trade alert, it's been 2-3 hours. Now price has moved. So your risk, when you calculate it, based on where current price is now and where the stop loss is that Tradera gave you, your risk is now 50 pips. 50 pip risk and you're only going for 20 pips, you're upside down. That's not a safe trade, in our opinion. At minimum, you want a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. All right, well, that went longer than I thought. Let me go to the review. So if you are brand new or haven't quite found your way yet, we want to help you get set up with your demo account. Why do we recommend a demo account? A demo account is a safe place for you to take trades in MetaTrader 4 with fake money. And so stay in your demo account for weeks or months, just however long it takes you to get comfortable. And when we take a trade, we do so by partnering with brokers, okay? And here is a list. Tradera won't just officially recommend any one broker over the other, but here are a list that traders have vetted. So for these videos, I will be using Hugo's Way because I wanted to be able to show you all the screen prints and take the guesswork out of it for you. So if you want to do a demo account with Hugo's Way, here is the site, hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. And you just need a few fields, first and last name, email address. For your leverage, select 500, and starting balance, the lowest option is 1,000. And that's kind of what you want to start with. A lot of times you'll see people posting their demo trades and their account is $100,000. And that's just not realistic for how you'll be actually starting your account. We recommend, about $100. So use the smaller amount. And when you hit submit, Hugo's Way will send you an email, confirmation email. And you want to make sure that you pay attention to the demo account number and the trader password. That will be your login information for MT4. So MT4 is short for MetaTrader 4, and that's the app that you can download on your phone to actually take your trades for your demo and for your live accounts. So if you're able, pull up your email on your phone, and then right here from this email, you can just download MT4 and have it right there on your phone. So Marcia's specialty is trading using MT4 that's set up on your laptop. And we're going to get her to come in and do some classes because it's a lot more complex. I fear I would lose everyone if I try to go over that in these classes. It's really just a lot easier, a lot simpler to trade from your phone. But if you're going to be in this for a while, you really want to learn how to trade on your own and not just take the signals, then at some point, yeah, you do want to, you could, if you wanted to, download MT4 on your desktop or computer. All right, and that's it for the first step. Now let me show you how to connect that demo account to your MT4. Give my screen a chance to catch up. All right, so really quickly, let me go through the steps for the iPhone, and then we'll do the Droid. And I forgot to mention, I have a YouTube channel. So all of these slides and a recording of each of these classes can be found on that YouTube page. When we start our Q&A, remind me and I'll post the link to the YouTube channel in our chat. So here's the iPhone. When you open up MT4, so if I go a little fast, don't worry, you can have access to these slides on the YouTube channel. Start with the settings icon in the bottom right, then click on new account. And because we've already created the Hugo's Way account, we're going to click on log in to an existing account. You're probably not going to see any of these brokers here in your list. So just type in Hugo's Way. Normally each broker has one setup for the demo account and then one for your live. So for your demo, you're going to select demo 3. Down the road, when you're ready for your live account, you would select Reel 3. And I think there's actually a new Hugo's Way server as well. So next, that's going to take you to the login page. And you want to pull up that confirmation email that Hugo's Way sent to you. Use the account number as your login and trader password for your password. You won't need the investor password. It'll you won't actually be able to trade. It's sort of like a read-only password. So make sure you use your trader password. And really important, make sure this save password is on, and that way you won't have to go back and type this in anymore. All right, for the droid, when you open up MT4, top left corner, click on those 3 white horizontal lines, then manage account, and then the white icon in the top right. Just like with the iPhone, log into an existing account, search for Hugo's Way, and then like we did with the iPhone, type in your demo account number and your password. Make sure the save password box is checked and you won't have to do that anymore. All right, so we have set up our demo account. We have downloaded MT4 on our phones, and now we have connected them. For the next just 3 or 4 minutes, let me talk to you about the Tradera Trade Alert. Show you what one looks like, explain all the different parts of it, and then in the last set of slides, we'll show you how to actually take the trade. So let's share understanding the Tradera Trade Alert. All right. So on the right is an example of a Tradera Trade Alert. Tradera's trade team is placing a buy on Euro odd at current market price with the following parameters. So let's break down each of these parameters so you'll know what they mean. Stop loss. So all of these are prices, right? Here's a price for your stop loss, a price for TP1, TP2, and TP3. So stop loss means that's the price where you want to get out of the trade. You are losing and you want to stop losing. Let's end the trade. So for a buy, you're expecting price to go up. If for some reason and you always want to make sure you have your stop loss set, because sometimes price now something more positive to talk about is to take profit. So in this case, price is going our way. We are winning the trade, but at some point, we are happy with our profits and we still want to come out, with a win. So Tradera will give you an option of TP1, TP2, or TP3. Typically, TP1 is around 15, 20, sometimes more pips. TP2 is, closer to the, 50 to 70. That means we just take TP1 and take our money and, get off the table. So TP1 is a popular option. I go between TP1 and sometimes TP2. Some would say the longer you're in the trade, the maybe more of a risk that price will turn around. So you pick one for each trade. You also need a lot size when you enter your trade into MT4. And this is sort of like an industry standard. Basically, you're using 0.01 for every $100 in your account. So for a demo account with 1,000, you're at 0.1. And then this is a standard. This is a trader stream. Everyone wants to get to the point where you can trade using a standard, because basically the higher the lot size, the more you make per trade. And Tradera will always say, please use proper risk management. So what that means is make sure you have a stop loss and make sure you are using a lot size that matches your account, especially as a beginner. And the last slide that I will share with you is actually taking the trade. So let's start with the iPhone. I'll go through these steps. So you get a trade alert, you're ready to take the trade. What if you don't see your pair listed in this list? No worries. Click on this blue cross in the upper right corner, and then FX crosses. Now that verbiage, it may also say Forex, or it may say FX group. Just depends on your version of phone. So let's say I'm looking for this one, CAD JPY. I'm going to click on that green circle and then done. And now CAD JPY is at the bottom of my list. So now I have added that pair. I can get to it at any time. I'm going to hold it down 1 to 2 seconds. This menu is going to come up. Press trade. Now we're going to look at these values from the trade alert and plug them in. This top row, you want to look at the black number in the middle. That's where your lot size goes. Now that's not from the trade alert. That depends on how much money you're trading with, okay, according to that chart. So you literally just take your finger, press it there, and edit those numbers. Especially for the Android, you may have to do 0.10. It wants two numbers after that decimal. So stop loss, you type it in right from the trade alert, 76.248. Same thing with the take profit. You pick one. Very last step, after you review your information, you click buy. Now you are in the trade. For the Android, if you already have your pair listed, then you can just skip this slide. But if you need to add it, start with the white icon. In this case, it says FX group, and pick your pair. Hold it down until this menu comes up. So with the iPhone, it said trade. For the Android, it's going to say new order. So again, there's your lot size at the top based on your account. So the screen looks a little different for the know that the black number here on the left is your stop loss. Take and just iPhone trade. All right. So if you have questions into our Q&A, I will do my best to help you out. Who's first?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
This is Ernest.
Hey, Ernest.
Yes, I have a question as far as the when you were showing how to save your password.
Uh-huh.
I have it clicked so that it saves, but every time I go to that page, I have to type in my login and type in my password, even though it says save password is on. So am
Oh,
I doing
that's
something
strange.
wrong?
Even iPhone or Droid?
I have a iPhone.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll research that. I'm not familiar with that happening.
What should I turn the password off?
I have an iPhone, and you talking about when you put your
Your,
broker
lo-
in?
your login number and the password? I have to
Yeah.
type it in every time I get there.
No, yeah. What you need to do is keep it on so it remembers your it won't keep doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a Droid and
You're
I have the
saying
same problem.
Yeah. My broker stays in. I don't have to keep doing that. I think it's because it's on. You keep it on. I'm
yeah,
looking at it right now.
maybe go the other direction, Ernest, and see if that works. But oh yeah, pain. We definitely want to get solved for you.
okay. Well, I'll
Yeah.
try that.
Or send me a
I have a
screenshot,
few
and I can
questions.
make sure that it's in the on position.
Yeah, because mine was doing that at first.
Find me.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you don't want to type that anytime. All right, who's next?
It's
So this
green.
is
It's
Dawn.
green.
Can I go next?
Oh, it is green. Yeah, that is strange. That is strange. I'll Google that, see if I can find an explanation. I've not had
Okay.
that happen to me. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tasha, this is Dawn. Can I go next?
Yes, hey Don.
Hi. Um, I remember when you were doing the demo for the opening a new account, you suggested
Mm-hmm.
$50 with the Bitcoin. Um,
Yeah, that was just for an example. Mhm.
oh, okay. Because I was wondering how much the $50 would get you, when you're trading live.
I missed some of your question. You said you were wondering how much the $50.
Yes, would get you when you're trading live.
Yeah, some people can do it. I think you'll have a bit more cushion with $100.
Yes, yes. I was
At least
thinking.
that way you would be able to take, maybe 1 to 3 trades at a time.
Right, right, right. And then
Mm-hmm.
the other thing is when you go into the when you're transferring the information from the trade alert
Mm-hmm.
into the demo account,
Mm-hmm.
what is the 1.0 that's fixed at the top that you can
Yeah,
change?
that's
Mhm.
yeah, that's your lot size.
Oh, that's the
And
lot size.
your lot size determines how much you make per pip. So price is measured in pips. So if you take a trade and you win 20 pips,
Mhm.
then your lot size determines how many dollars that translates to. So at a point one, 20
Mhm.
pips means $20 for a Forex pair.
Mhm. Mhm.
For 20 pips, 0.01 means $2.
Okay.
And if you're trading a standard, 20 pips means $200. So the lot size determines how much money you actually make per trade.
Mhm.
And it's the one thing that you can't modify. Once you take that trade, you are locked into that lot size. So it's a
Right.
common mistake to make sure you have that right before you enter the trade.
Which
I'm sorry. Oh, and I see some of the chat questions. Yeah, I apologize about the audio. It must have been my internet. But yeah, on my YouTube channel, I will publish this. And while I'm thinking about it, let me publish the YouTube channel in the chat as well.
Hey, Tasha,
Yes.
do you know anything about how long we have to wait for the pips and dip? I've been waiting almost a month now.
No, I do not have any other information other than what David Luciaga posts in the trade house, the lit trade house.
Oh, okay. I
Are
think he
you?
posted that people need to put in their stuff correctly, but mine has been correct the whole time, so I guess I just have to wait.
So in Trading View, did you search for it?
Mine's in Trading View. Yeah, I searched for it. It still say unauthorized, and my back office still says on waiting for approval.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry. I don't have any information about that.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sure. Hey there.
Yeah, hi. I'm Joseph. I got a question. Can you go over the alert, just in case if you were to get the alert and it's about 30 minutes or hour late? I think you talk about it, but I didn't quite get it. Can you just go over how do you calculate to see whether you were lost or you were gained before you take the trade?
Yeah. So the big question is if you take the trade alert, if you get it an hour, 2, 3 late, when Tradera sends out the trade alert, the intention is for you to take it then. And so the risk and the reward, the stop loss is set based on where price is at that moment, right? So let me go back into Trading View and share that with you.
Okay.
So let me give my screen a moment to catch up.
Tasha, while you're doing that, a question. If I put $50 in my live account for trading, what would be the lot size? 0.01
Oh,
still?
oh, for sure. Yeah. 0.01. That's the minimum. That's the lowest amount. So for the gentleman,
Yeah, for Joseph.
okay, Joseph, yeah. This green line here is showing you where price is now.
Yeah.
So once you have the current price, then you can, let me share this. Once you have the current price, then you would be able to, and this, What I did on my YouTube channel is post like small videos, 2 to 3 minutes, so you don't have to listen to the whole class again. So there is a risk to reward video. And once you have your current price, then you can evaluate, okay, let me subtract take profit 1 from my current price and see how many pips I could gain if I take that one, if I take TP2, if I take TP3. But get this, what if it's been 3 hours and price is like 1 pip away from TP1? Well, it's too late for that trade now, because that means your current price, is close to TP1. And look how far away that is from your stop loss. So your risk is going to be, really, really big if the current price is already at the TP1. So that's probably a trade that you're going to have to pass up. Okay. Because so if I were to like edit this picture, if the stop loss is here at 76.248 and the take profit is at 76.72, then my current price at the time when Tradera sent this trade is somewhere around 76.40, somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. And so if it's been a couple of hours and now your current price is already at TP1 or TP2, you can't take this trade now because your stop loss, the distance from your risk, the distance from current price and your stop loss may be 100 pips. So unless you're going for 100 pips, you're not going to have the right risk to reward ratio. Prices move too much.
Hi there, Tasha. I have a question. When choosing a broker, what exactly should we be looking for so that we know that we're getting the best quality out of our brokers? So what characteristics should we be looking for?
Yeah, so the important thing is, let me go back to our list. There are some things that you want to look for. And it's kind of why we gave you a list to say, all right, if you choose one of these, the other traders have vetted these. We know that you can put money in, and more importantly, you can get money out. There are horror stories on the internet of people who have, worked hard and built up this account only to find out when it's time to withdraw the money, then their broker is giving them slack and there are all these crazy, crazy rules. So what we would suggest is go with one of these popular favorites, because lots of people have, been able to withdraw. That's probably the main thing. Make sure you can withdraw your money.
Okay, so I guess since everyone is actually able to get their withdrawals from these brokers, then just choosing any one of these is fine. There's nothing specifically different with each of them.
As a very, very beginner trader, I would say you're safe with any of these. Once you've been trading a while, if you want to trade cryptocurrency pairs on the weekend, then you will need Hugo's Way. So there are some differences. Brokers are kind of like grocery stores. So Hugo's Way is pretty cool because you can trade some of the indices, which you'll find out about, as well as cryptocurrency. I'm not sure. I don't think FX Choice has the cryptocurrency.
You can't do indices with Trader's Way.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So yeah, I've been with Hugo's Way for a while. They're one of my favorites because I did used to trade cryptocurrency. But you got to start somewhere. And hey, most of us traders have more than one broker, so you're not limited to just one.
Okay, well, for now, Hugo's Way it is.
Yeah. Yep. And another factor that makes one broker different than the other is the spreads. And the spread is how many pips does it cost you to trade that foreign currency pair. And so some brokers are known for having, higher or lower spreads. Just about all brokers will, fluctuate, if there's news coming or the market is about to close. So yeah, but just starting out, yeah, I like Hugo's Way. I've used FX Choice. I've used LQDFX.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, my name is Jenny. To answer that question to why they have to go back to login. If you go
Yeah.
to, once you put in your information about your what is it, your
account number.
the trade, once you put in your trade, and then go back to quotes, and that will bring back all the I forget what it's called. Where you see all the category of the accounts, and that way you won't have to log in each time.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to tell him that I need to take a picture on my phone, and I'll have that for the next meeting, Ernest. So yeah, there's an account page, and you can just kind of go back and forth without doing your credentials. But let me put that. I need to add it to one of these slides.
Because I was going back to my account each time and logging in, and then it just happened that I clicked on the quotes, and then it's all the other pairs came up, and so I just left it like that. And so each time I wouldn't have to go back to the beginning every time.
Yep, that's a great point. Thank you.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
So Ernest, remind me about that.
Tasha?
Yes.
I have a question. Well, I'm a little bit confused with TradingView. I'm new, so when I see the candles and everything, and to mark out the support and resistance, I'm having a challenge with that, and also to identify the currency pairs. I was a little bit late for your session, so I was a little bit lost with that. But I have the TradingView app, but I don't understand how to use it at all.
Yeah, I think check on my YouTube, because I think I have a whole video dedicated to TradingView. I can take just a minute and show you the basics, because we did go over it when class started. But you would enter in, we're looking at USD CAD, so you would type in your pair there, and then your time frame. And the popular time frames are the 15-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. And one thing that I like to do when I'm doing my support and resistance is zoom out. So if you press that minus button and you zoom out, to me, that helps you see the peaks better. And then you're going to, one easy way is just
Did you get enough to eat?
Go to your trend line tools.
You want another cupcake, or your
horizontal line, and your support is your floor.
I
Find
wish.
the spot. Let me mute everyone, and then you can unmute yourself again. Find the points where the candles seem to rest. Think of it as your feet standing on the floor. And then the same thing for the ceiling. You want to look for zones where the candles just couldn't quite go higher than. So, that could be an example of that. All right,
Hey,
so hopefully
Tasha?
that, yes.
Question. I just one of my business partners, we did her MT4 setup, and she copied down the password and the ID, what you're supposed to put in. But when she went to connect it, it says invalid, and she copied down word for word exactly what it said, but it said invalid.
And did she is she using Hugo's Way, or which broker is she using?
Yeah, we did Hugo's Way.
Okay, so she downloaded it from the email, from the confirmation email.
Yeah, she wrote it down and hand typed it in. And I told her, it was case sensitive, and she said she wrote it just like it was in the email, but it says invalid.
Okay, 1 second. Let me mute everyone and then unmute yourself. Okay, normally that happens if there's like a space before or after. It doesn't sound like she's copying and pasting.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah. The other thing that she can do is send an email to support@hugosway.com and make sure that that account is still valid.
Can you hear
Sometimes
me?
people were sent sometimes people were sent two accounts. So she'll need to verify with Hugo's Way that it's still active.
Oh, okay, yeah, because we just did
If she's typing it incorrectly, sounds like she is.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only thing that if she's using the Hugo's Way MT4 from that email, one thing you could do is it's her demo account, right? See if you can log in. Yeah, see if you can log into it.
Oh, okay, with her information.
And then right, and if you can, then that proves that there's something wrong on her part. And if you can't log in, then there's something wrong with the password and account number itself.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I have
Okay.
a problem. And even though I thought I was typing it in correctly, I was typing in an I or a J. The J has a dot over it.
Yep.
So I would suggest to just one at a time, just redo it, because I swore I was doing it right.
Yep.
And I wasn't. It's just simple.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. Yep. Yeah. Because they don't make it easy with those account numbers and the password. So we got a few minutes left. Any other questions?
Hey, Tasha, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. I have a question about entering your take profits and your stop loss when the Tradera trade alerts come in. So I know that time begins to run as soon as that notification comes in. What typically happens when you try to enter your stop loss and your take profit, but then into the MetaTrader 4, but then it comes up as invalid?
Yeah, normally that happens if price has moved. First, make sure you didn't get them reversed, because if you're going for a buy, your take profit has to be higher than where price is now, and your stop loss has to be lower. So normally that's the first reason you would get an invalid, right? And then depending on where price is now, if your take profit is not higher and your stop loss is not lower, you'll also get, that error. So either price has moved or maybe you're just typing it in wrong. One of those two will give you that invalid error. So think about, a number line. If look at the numbers 2, 3, 4. If current price is at 3, then if you're buying, your TP can be 4 and your stop loss can be 2. Make sense?
Yeah.
But if current price is 5 and you current price is 5 and you're going for a buy and you type in 6 for your stop loss, that's going to be invalid too. So that's what MT4 is looking for. It's making sure for a buy that your price, your TP is higher and your stop loss is lower.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Tasha, I have a quick
Yes.
question.
Sure.
When you set up your live account, does it match with the MetaTrader 4 you already have, or you have to set up something else?
Yeah, on my YouTube, one of the longer videos is how to do a live account, start to finish from Hugo's Way.
Yes,
and you do have to go.
Of it, but I don't know if I needed another.
No, let's see. It's got to be on.
No, you can use the same MT4, but when you connect it, you're going to connect to that live account, but the same app. You don't have to download the app anymore. So, yeah, if you go to, let me pull up really quickly.
8 News 9.
Connecting. Let me mute everyone out, and you can unmute yourself again.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I was trying to watch the last of Jeopardy.
You all. Okay, so when you want to connect, then you're going to search for Hugo's Way. Are you on an iPhone or a demo?
Say that again.
Is this Tammy or Simone?
This is Dawn.
Dawn. Okay, good. I can mute out everyone else.
Okay. I have Android.
Okay, Dawn. You have Android. Okay, so when it's time to
Oh, it just went off. That's why.
When it's time to log into an existing account, then you're gonna search for, if it's Hugo's Way dash
I'm
real
going to
free.
bed.
So you wouldn't use the demo anymore. You would connect to Hugo's Way dash real 3.
Put on your new pajamas.
And then you would use
And Christy just bought you.
You'll have to search for the email, the confirmation email that Hugo's Way gave you. So you'll have a new account number and password, trader password. And that's the only difference for a live account.
I'm confused because I did it and they didn't send me anything. I got stopped when I went to the Cash App to send the money to it. But at the time I was doing it, it was midnight. So they said it couldn't go over. But I don't.
Yeah, my team member, my team member had the same issue. Find me on Telegram and I can send you a screenshot. There's a way to find it.
Yesterday.
There's a way to find it in your on Telegram. You can just look for my name. I'm searchable now. I think before I wasn't, but you should be able to find me. I can send you a screenshot
since 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dawn.
I just set up the account for Telegram. I don't have anybody in there. I was trying to get with Joseph Wilson, who brought me in, but I haven't gotten anything back from him. So whatever help you can give me to get into that Telegram account, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, Dawn. I'm looking at your last name now. If you can't find me there, look for me on Facebook Messenger, and I can make sure you have the right links for Telegram.
Okay.
Okay, and then I can also send you a screenshot of, there's a settings in your back office, and it also, you can change your password, and I can help you get into your live account.
Okay.
I can show you where you would go.
Yes.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Tasha, when I first started, my bank, actually, I couldn't find mine either, but my bank wasn't aware of, the trade, so they didn't accept it. So I had to call my bank to let them know that I was trading on my very first time. If this her very first time, it could be that.
Yeah, well, she's just trying to connect into the account.
Okay.
It's just MT4. Yeah, I think she's already funded it.
Okay. All right.
Yep. All right, everyone. It is time for Derek Conway's live class. So apologize for the audio issues. I will get this uploaded either tonight or first thing in the morning. And for those of you who are coming back on Thursday, I will talk with you all then.
What about you said something about YouTube. I thought you were going to share that.
Yeah, it's in the group chat. I did post it. Yep, just scroll up just a little bit. Let me copy it and I'll post it again, so it'll be near the bottom.
Thank you, Tasha.
Okay, no, that was the, here we go. YouTube. You're welcome. Control C. It's not lit.
For Derek Conway, if you want to take his course, sign in.
I'm sorry?
For Conway, if
someone was speaking and I lost you.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Oh, great.
Can you tell us the...
Someone posted it. Perfect.
They post, I didn't see it. If they, they just posted it? Okay. Is this for Derek Conway?
hello. The Derek Conway is in your back office. Go to live sessions. Hello?
Yes, could you say go into the back office?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And then the live sessions, and then you'll get onto it. All right, have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
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 Okay, I tell you what I'm going to do. Look 5, look at like a slow 7.